here and see. Okay, bring us in, man. Bring us in.
Welcome to another episode of the Three Crafty Bastards. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Classic. To my left, we have
Juan Cordero, the Juan and only.
From
Brews and Views.
I feel like I have to do this every time.
Yeah,
like,
Juan, we can just say Brews and we can just say Juan Cordero. We're gonna have to I'm gonna have to shamelessly plug myself.
Cow products.
Right. Yeah, we got a taser behind here. We're like, where you from? Oh yeah, Brews and Views. And of course, I'm B. Smith, and we're back for another beer review, Thursday night beer review. We are lucky enough, and actually, yeah, you're lucky enough to have all three of us here on a Thursday night instead of me down in the basement getting ready to drum, halfway drunk, trying to give you a 5-minute beer review. How do you like that?
12 minutes.
Yeah, no, dude, I am excellent at giving beer reviews solo in under 7 minutes.
You know what I laughed at was you said that you had to have different takes.
I did. You know what? Look, truth be told, because I was like, okay, so I only had like maybe like a shot or two, and I got down the basement. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna review this beer. And I kind of took a little sip of it ahead of time to know what I'm getting myself into. What am I really gonna say? And then I was like, okay, beer review, blah, 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 stat. Here's how it tastes. And then, cut. Like, the last one was terrible. It really was. It took me so long to try to knock out that beer review that by the time it was done, I was like, I don't even know if I want to play these drums anymore. Like, I'm done. I really just want to go sit down somewhere. You've had enough. And I was like, you know, I only tasted a little bit or whatever, but for whatever reason, and I don't remember, I do, the Hippopotamus from Metazoa down in Indy. That was the one, man. It was like good, and I wanted to rush through the beer review. I wanted to get to drinking this beer, and it was like blah 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 shit, blah 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 shit. Okay, 5 minutes, and fuck it if it sucks. Bam, banged it out, and that review was less than 6 minutes, which was pretty awesome. Tonight, though, we're not gonna have a 6-minute review. We're gonna have like a 12-minute review, including the story that I just told you. And we're going to do a little bit of side-by-side, or like drink one and then drink the other, I guess is what it is, because I don't want to do all the dishes of washing like side-by-side beer review cups. So, what do we got tonight? Talk to me.
Oh, you told me.
It's right there, man.
This?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, so this is the Organic Apricot.
Yes.
This is similar to the strawberry ale we had, right?
Yeah, same brand, Samuel Smith's Organic Fruit Ale.
Samuel Smith, yeah.
Just instead of the apricot, or instead of the strawberry that we had last time, we have apricot this time. And I thought it would be really interesting. It seems like apricot has kind of started to take its toll on the brewing community, and they're doing a lot of different things. This, hands down, has been one of my favorites, probably my favorite beer ever. And I like the IPAs, I like the ales, but the taste is so paramount that it really just doesn't compare. Next to it,
that's my favorite.
We're gonna do Apricotty Hottie.
Apricotty Hottie,
which is a cider that I made, an apricot cider that I made that we reviewed. You can go on YouTube and you can check out the Apricotty Hottie review. It's clearly labeled because I love the name, which is awesome. I don't want to do all the dishes. See, that's what it is. And then, as if there wasn't enough apricot on this table, we won't be reviewing this one tonight, but picked this up last weekend.
Why not? We're going 12 minutes.
I know. Apricot Stealing, which is an awesome name.
I love it.
Apricot Tart IPA 7.1 ABV from Dew Claw. And if you know anything, if you've seen any of our Dew Claw beer reviews, they're all good.
Actually, Dew Claws are really good.
Yeah, they make excellent dessert beers.
We'll find out.
So, why don't we go ahead and pour up that apricot fruit ale right now? I feel like this is going to be the same thing. Like, as soon as he opens it, he's going to be like, man, the smell.
You got to smell this.
Yeah, you definitely got to smell it. Could you smell it as soon as you opened it?
I could.
And what do you think?
It smells phenomenal.
Now, are you a huge fan of apricot?
I'm a fruit fan.
Just fruit in general?
Fruit, period. I love fruit. And, you know, I'm at the bane of my existence with fruit because I'm diabetic.
Right.
So, as much as I love fruit, there aren't a lot of fruits that I can eat anymore, being diabetic. So, it is a little bit of a torture for me with all the fruit smells and fresh fruit, apples, grapes, watermelons, apricot, tangerines, tangelos, pears are one of my favorites.
Right.
Grapes, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries.
Right. So as with the strawberry ale that we did last week, this one is organic. It's vegan friendly, if that's what you're into. It's got tons of accolades on their website. Gold medals, bronze medals, 5 out of 5 mugs, so on and so forth. It's a 5.1% ABV apricot fruit ale. So, without further ado, because we're going to go ahead and taste Apricotty Hottie right after this. Not that we need to rate them both, but this is nice to be able to do some sort of comparison.
Does yours have as much carbonation?
A little bit.
Because I feel like when I poured this one, it had more carbonation on the glass. I just wondered when I poured the seconds,
Well,
it didn't have as much.
Nah, I feel like you got the first pour, so it might have evened itself out. Okay, so thoughts from right to left. Hit me.
From what I tasted, and I know we're going to taste it here in a second, but from what I tasted of the Apricotty Hottie, I don't taste much difference.
Okay.
I mean, it's good. It's good,
right,
by the way. And I said, if they remember the review that we did on, I thought the Apricotty Hottie that you made, it should be professionally sold.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. I'll take that.
I've had this before. It's definitely a tasty beverage. I haven't had it in a long time, but I'm gonna have to side with Marlon as well. It does have like a really good taste in comparison to the Apricotty Hottie, which is wow. Like, did we open the Apricotty Hottie? Or
it tastes almost exactly
Samuel
like
Smith?
No,
for real, seriously.
It
Like,
almost
did
tastes
you open up the
exactly
wrong
like
one,
it.
or but it tastes phenomenal.
The texture has to be different because, of course, this is an organic fruit ale, and then what I brewed was a cider.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll definitely find out.
I don't taste a strong difference.
As far as my opinion, like I said, hands down, one of the most flavorful punch packing beers that I've ever had. And if you ask me, like, hey man, what is your favorite beer? Hands down, what could you drink all day and just not get sick of? It's this one. So, why don't you go ahead and rate it?
I rated the strawberry, which I was told it was harsh. What, I have a 4?
Yeah, it was like 4.2 or something like that.
I'm gonna stick to the same.
4.2.
No, I don't know. I thought it was higher than that. So I'm thinking closer to 4.5.
Okay.
But I remember I got jumped because it was 4.2, 4.3, 4. Something 4.25. I don't know what it was.
You're always gonna say something here, right here, that is gonna get you jumped. just know that. That's kind of what we do.
I'm gonna go with the 4.5.
Okay.
I have to say maybe like a 4.6, 4.7. It wasn't as like.
Con, what's up, dude?
Wagner.
Yeah, Con's never seen us before.
Hey,
I don't even think he knew I did this.
You both set again, brother.
Yeah.
You feel it all right? Shoulder do it all right?
He's good.
Doing
He's
good? Do the shoulder lead?
Anyway,
I'm giving it a 4.6, 4.7, just because it wasn't like as like full and flavorful as like the strawberry one. Like, as soon as you tasted it, I felt like you tasted like the seeds from the strawberry,
right,
you know, going down. And maybe I'm not so familiar with apricots as much, so I'm giving it a 4.6, 4.7.
You want to go ahead and open the hottie up?
Yeah.
While I talk about into length what I'm going to give this beer. If nobody has already guessed it, it's a 5 for me, dog. It's definitely a 5 for me. Like I said, man, this beer has a flavor like no other. I think the apricot flavor is very unique.
Wow.
Or at the time that I had it, the first time I had it, it was very unique to not only ales, period, but fruit ales and any kind of beer, cider, sour, gosa, anything on the market. There was really nothing with apricot and then this hit. And if you wanted an apricot beer, this is what you drink. Apricot anything. Now, like I said, man, we have 3 of them up here right now. One made by me, the other made by Samuel Smith, and another one made by Dewclaw, which is an excellent brewery. We've never had anything that we've disliked from Dewclaw. So I gotta hit it with that 5. Why don't we hit it with that true gladiator fashion, and then we'll make a little comparison. 3, 2, 1. There it is. There it is. Let's get to tasting some Apricotty Hottie, man. This is real sexy right here. A little side by side.
There's a difference.
There is a huge difference.
It
The
is.
texture.
Is that what you want to call it?
I would say so. I feel like the apricot flavor lingers a little bit longer.
In yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's more pronounced.
Yeah.
It's more pronounced.
Yeah. I would say yours is.
Now, this is what I was expecting out of Samuel Smith. You know, saying that last week we did the strawberry organic one. I was feeling like it was going to be more like this, where it kind of like hits you right when you taste it. You taste apricots. You know, that's what I'm tasting here. So I don't know.
Is there a difference between the cider and the ale? Is that the difference we're tasting there?
I feel like the texture is different, but me personally, I feel like the ale would hold flavor better than the cider.
You would think.
Sure.
And you can clearly see when I poured it, this is a lot lighter than what we just drank.
Right.
So you would think the darker it is, usually it holds the flavor better.
Was the strawberry in ale as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
So why didn't we get that pronounced like pack full flavor that we did with the strawberry versus to this one with the Samuel Smith? Just my question.
Well, I feel like that's a really good question, and maybe next week when we get together, we need to do Strawberry Magic from Cider Boys, because I feel like of all the strawberry flavored drinks, including the organic fruit ale that I've had from Samuel Smith, or that we've had from Samuel Smith, Strawberry Magic is that one that hits you right in the kisser.
Right.
I don't know if we were together maybe the first time I had that, and I was like,
it's pretty
holy
good.
smokes, what is this?
Yeah,
You know, it's
good.
delicious. So next week we'll do Cider Boys Strawberry Magic, and we'll kind of stick with the idea of
My other
compare.
question in the two is one being a cider, the other being an ale, because ciders you have a lot of sugar involved in it.
Right.
Maybe is that the reason why we're getting more of a pronounced taste of the apricots than you are with the organic Samuel Smith?
That could be.
I don't. And it's
uh,
kind of hard to compare the two because they're kind of like apples and oranges.
certainly.
Ish, because I mean they're still type of like, you know, they're still brewed.
There's strong similarities,
They're strong
but they are different.
Absolutely.
I don't think you could put the two in the same category.
But if I would want to pick another one, I'm sorry, Samuel Smith, I would take another Apricotty Hottie over.
And I'd have to say that too, and not to toot his horn, but it is a lot better than the Samuel Smith.
12.8 grams of sugar in the apricot fruit ale. So, I mean, that's per bottle. The bottle's larger. I think it's a 16-ounce bottle instead of a 12. But I would imagine that they make this on a larger scale.
Right.
So instead of using 2.5 pounds or 3 pounds of sugar like that I used, I'm sure they're using a lot more, which then would kind of dilute it down because they're making a larger batch. So
Right, sure.
per bottle, 12.8 grams of sugar is what's in it. So, I still love Apricotty Hottie, man. I look forward to seeing how it will age, because we'll come back to it in a couple months. And
No, it's delicious.
the texture,
It's
that little bit of bubbly, the way
crisp.
it sits.
It's crisp.
It's almost like a seltzer, almost a little bit in a sense with that
The carbonation.
with the
Right.
carbonation. Yeah.
Definitely, man. So that was we've already done this review. We just wanted to get a little bit of opinion, a little bit of comparison. It's something that we've never done here on Three Crafty Bastards. Had beer side by side of similar taste, and said, hey, here's the difference between this one and this one. So if you're watching, or if you get an opportunity to get out on Memorial Day, go check out Samuel Smith's Organic Fruit Ale, the Apricot One Man. I say it's delicious. It gets that 5. I don't know, man. I feel like if you know me, you could get an Apricotty Hottie, but you probably couldn't because it went fast. it really did.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I left a growler of that over at my parents' house, and my sister and her boyfriend drank it all.
Yeah, I drank a growler myself.
Yeah, so there it is. So apricot fruit ale. Next week we'll be doing Cider Boy Strawberry Magic, because I feel like that really needs to get itself on the radar since we've done the organic fruit and the whole comparison to ale and cider. So for Three Crafty Bastards, over to my right.
My right.
Yeah.
Mr. Classic.
And to the center.
And I'm Juan Cordero, the Juan and Only from Brews and Views.
There you go. Now we don't have to tase him. And of course, I'm V. Smith. And we're out.
Peace.